we left. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to all the aftermath from the four corners, teaching truth, sincerity, and peace and salutations to the Akwaf that are learning in silence. All right, this is your brother, Tashara Kwama, here with the brother
Rock. Shalom.
GM Dallas Camp. Coming in through the quick lesson, edifying unto the hopeful elect.
So, as the title is named, it's basically taken from an excerpt of Wisdom of Solomon chapter in the 11th verse, right? So we'll start there, and I'll start at verse 9, because this is gonna become more important as we enter into the straight gate, as we enter into Jacob's trouble. Basically, when we're under an environment, a more stressful environment, right? When it comes to the body, when it comes to talking to brothers, dealing with brothers, just carrying yourself as a man, a lot of that, murmuring, mumbling, talking under your breath, spirit, right? Always having a fucking opinion. That's dead. That's not the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's really that's the ways of the world. And that was supposed to die, all right, when that old man died. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. And I'll start at verse 9. It says, "For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds."
For inquisition, you can pull that word inquisition, but it means to be for a light to be shining upon it.
Yep, this is that word inquisition in the Edamon online. It says late 14th century. It says a judicial investigation, act or process of inquiring, inquiry, investigation, a searching into, a seeking, a legal examination.
So it's how about Shem Yahushai having a legal examination upon the ungodly. And I want to just throw this out there. The Apocrypha was written for Jacob, but Esau fits the criteria of it as well. Okay, so these was niggas that was having, they were niggas that was having the light being shined on them, and you know how niggas love darkness. Or the wicked loves darkness rather than light. How about Shem Yahushai is the light? All right.
Yep. You can read about that. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you talk about
our people in the wilderness is a good example of that. When you go into that account, here it is. The Lord plagued Egypt, worked miracles, delivered us out of Egypt. All right. Rose up Moses and Aaron. All right, to lead the charge. All right, but as soon as our people had the opportunity, right, to complain and to doubt, that's exactly what they did, and that's why the Lord ultimately deleted most of them niggas in the wilderness, and even Moses didn't make it, so that's why, again, not only do we have to pay attention to the words that we're speaking, but we have to pay attention to the thoughts that are going on in our heads, and rebuke them,
But you can go back to that 9.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, "For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly."
So a diligent search shall be made in the counsel of the ungodly. Continue.
"And the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds."
So Yahweh Shem Yahushai will be listening unto the words of the wicked. Bro, that goes into that Sirach chapter 17, I think it's verse 20, or 19. I perceive, I can pull it up quick. How about Shem Yahushai is always listening.
Yep. Sirach chapter 17 and verse 19, it says, "Therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways.
You know, so how about Shimei Shai is always watching and always listening, all right? Because he wants to see how you will conduct yourself. You know, your anastrophe, the elder Ariel would say. You know, the mindset, how you conduct yourself.
Yep.
All right, but we can go back to that wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, and the Lord is not concerned about anybody else. The Lord is not concerned about the heathen. The Lord ain't concerned about the 2/3. The Lord is only concerned about the elect. You know, and that's why again we're under that heavy, you know,
the heavy yoke.
That heavy yoke, man. You know, with much power is given much responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why, you know, that's just part of it. You know, but there's one more verse on that. Verse 20. It says, none of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord.
See, all the sins of the elect is before you. How about Shimei Shai? Because he is always watching to see how you will handle yourself. You know, a righteous man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. All right. If a righteous man fall, you know, that means that, you know, he needs to pray unto Yahweh Shimei Shai to direct his steps. All right. But if he wallows in the shit that he's in, you know, it's a second guessing. All right. You're second guessing yourself. And Yahweh Shimei Shai. And that goes back to the lesson of murmuring. All right. Because you're murmuring in your own mind. You know, is Yahweh Shimei Shai dealing with me? Am I, you know, you get that doubt demon will pop up.
Yep.
All right. And we all know that doubt demon. Hell, we fight that demon daily. Yep. You know, but
I'm gonna get some. That's a good point. I got a couple precepts I want to get on that. This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 23. I'm gonna read it in KJV, then I'm gonna read it in NLT. It says, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life.
And that word heart, the word heart means la'ah, which is your heart, mind, and soul. All right, and you have to keep that diligently. You know, how do you keep it diligently? By keeping in the scriptures. All right, because those scriptures will direct your steps. Okay.
Yeah, and when you get that word "keep" in the Hebrew, I'm gonna get that real quick just for edification. That word is the root word is natazar, right? Natazar, Strong's H5341. It says to keep, to preserve, watchman, all right, to guard, to watch, to keep over. All right. So again, the scriptures talk about examining yourself. All right, constantly being, you know, attentive, you know, to your state of mind, you know, and you can only really do that to the best of your ability. That's also why we got brothers. You know,
Baba Kushan, could you are you done with that precept?
I'll read the NLT and then we get to what you got.
Baba Kushan.
Proverbs 4 and 23, it says, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. You know, again, man, I mean, that's playing upon tables. All right. Ultimately, your mindset, the thoughts that you're thinking are gonna lead to your outcome. You know.
And a precept to go in on that is that Sirach 37 and 14.
And pull that real quick.
Yeah, Baba Kushan.
Time. This is Sirach 37, and you said 14. Let me share my screen. Sirach chapter 37 and verse 14, and it reads, it says, for a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower.
You know, 7 watchmen, that 7 meaning completion, all right, but the watchmen, you know, in a strong tower or in a high tower, you know, they are there to assist. Because this goes into the brotherhood, just like the brother just brought out. You know, the brotherhood will assist you in directing and guiding your steps with Yahweh Shimei Shai. Because Yahweh Shimei Shai started it first, but the brothers have the same mind as Yahweh Shem Shai. That's going to guide you to further be delivered from this wicked ass society. But Salaki, not to go on a tangent.
That's a good point though, because again, brothers got to take heed. You know, speaking to myself first and foremost, the Lord, we're not to the times where, you know, if you were warned about something, if you are admonished about something, exhorted about something, like we're not in the times where you're gonna get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chances to correct that mistake, man. Like it's crunch time. Like if something through the Spirit is made known to you, we're in the times where you best be on it right then and there. You know what I mean?
Like that, and not to be pulling precepts or anything.
That's what we're here for.
But that Sirach 20, that Sirach 6, you know, where it says to get the bedtime, so get the immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're in those times where we have to act immediately on the things that are before us, or else it's going to release our downfall. All right, and Yahweh Shem Shai, he will X you out if you ain't with the game plan. Okay, if you're going against the game plan and you backbiting and you murmuring and you thinking that you know best, all right, Yahweh Shem Shai has set up a hierarchy for a reason. All right, and it didn't start with you. But Salaki,
I'm gonna jump back to Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, "For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his word shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid."
So how about Shemel Shai heareth all things?
Yep.
Okay, you know, and murmuring, he will hear that.
Yep.
All right, he'll hear that just to correct you to get back on the proper path.
Yep.
But so like
Matthew 12 and 36 and 37, right? Because again, we got angels, we got angels everywhere. The Lord is everywhere. His presence is he's omnipresent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not only is he omnipotent, but he's omnipresent, man. Meaning he's everywhere. There's nothing that happens in the heavens or the earth that he is not privy to. You know, and that includes your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, your feelings, everything. Matthew 12 and 36, it says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned." And that's also why we need mercy. That's why we need the blood of Yahweh Shai. You know, because there are even things that we think we're saying that is on point, and we think we saying that are in pleasing to the eyes, but they may not be. You know, that's why, you know, the elder apostle Rakah always talks about sending up that Psalm 51, you know, as a prayer, you know, asking the Lord to basically, you know, cleanse us, you know, to make a purge us with hyssop. Yep. You know, we need the the grace and the mercy of the Lord, man. Come on. But again, that also is touching on these wicked niggas, man, that are making light of the Lord's name, right? Scoffing, talking shit, insulting, you know, the men of the Lord, right? Calling a GMS the bum camp, you know, and all these various wicked ass things. Y'all gonna have to pay for all that, you know.
100%.
This is back in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, "Therefore, beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret thou shalt go for naught, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul." And I'm going to start reading that from the beginning again. It says, "Therefore, beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable." All right. And that actually leads me to my next precept, right? Because at the end of the day, there's no value in our own opinion. There's no value in the 2 cents that we got on various situations and what we see happening or what we think is happening. It's unprofitable. Ultimately, the only thing that is profitable, okay, is, you know, the will of the Lord. All right, prophecy playing out. That's our calling card. You know, the establishment of the kingdom of heaven. Nothing else matters. But I wanted to grab this real quick. Did you have a precept or anything?
Nah, brother, you got it.
Kind. I wanted to get that Sirach 3 real quick. Sirach 3 and 24, because that's another way of the West with social media, right? People, using these various platforms to voice their opinion all the goddamn time. People actually think that their opinion matters, man. Because you got niggas liking and reposting your shit. This is Sirach chapter 3 verse 24. It says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinions, and an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment." So that right there is telling you a lot. That's what a lot of people are about to get fucking deleted, bro. Because they really think in their feeble minds that what they think
actually matters.
Man.
And really, if your mind is still in this world and you think that you have a platform and you can do your own thing, your precept don't matter. All right? The bullshit that you're speaking does not matter to you. How about Shimmy Al-Shai? If his will is not being done.
Yeah.
But you got it, so like.
Yep, and it's gonna boil down to, man, the time we're about to enter into, it's gonna boil down to whether or not Yahushua is with you. Either he's gonna be with you or either he's not.
Or he's going to be against you, because it talks about how Yahweh Shai will come up against you if you don't remember your first love. All right, and that for everybody in the truth must be wisdom. All right, because wisdom is the first love, and we must seek her out all the time. All right, but so like I don't want to go on.
Nah, this is the last precept I got. 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4 and 5, it says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High." All right, and that goes for other people, but that also goes for ourselves.
100%.
That goes for particular thoughts and intents that we have to bring, under wraps and under the obedience of Yahushua Mashiach. But it says that in this next point. It's like you get a point. You got it. It says, verse 5, it says, "Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High." And that made me think about the example of Peter. When the Lord had called Peter Satan, he rebuked Peter because in his mind, the Lord wasn't supposed to, be that sacrifice. In that moment, Peter was being carnal. He didn't see the bigger picture, and he got rebuked for that. And that's a good example. It says, "And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach." So that's the point. You have anything?
No, just going into that murmuring. That's why King David, like you brought out, asked to be purged with that hyssop, because we all go through things that doubt will creep in. All right, and when that doubt creeps in, you have to not fall for the okie doke. All right, but yeah.
Let's finish with that. This is a 2 Ezra 16. Excuse me. 2 Ezra 16. And towards the end of the verse, it talks about that, and we'll close with that. That's an important point. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 74. It says, "Hear, O my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, let not your iniquities lift up themselves."
Hey, that's the point. Hey, with that, the one for listening, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakodash, and Shalom.